Hey, welcome back to Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, the series. In this video, I'm going to go over some of the things Marcus said about oneness, nature, and change. If you haven't seen the first video of this series, please watch it. The link is in the description. In that video, I cover who Marcus Aurelius was and the basics of Stoicism. That video will give you a good foundation for the rest of the videos in this series. First, let's hit on what Marcus said about oneness. Everything harmonizes with me, which is harmonious to thee, O universe. Nothing for me is too early nor too late, which is in due time for thee. Everything is fruit to me, which thy seasons bring, O nature. From thee are all things, in thee are all things, to thee all things return. Occupy thyself with few things, says the philosopher, if thou wouldst be tranquil. For we are made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids, like the rows of the upper and lower teeth. To act against one another, then, is contrary to nature, and it is acting against one another to be vexed and to turn away. Constantly regard the universe as one living being, having one substance and one soul. So what's Marcus saying here? We are all one, we are all interconnected. God, nature, the universe, is all one thing, and it is everywhere, and it is in everything. Additionally, everything that happens is supposed to happen. Everything is harmonious. The universe is harmonious. Therefore, do not act against others, because if you do, you're only acting against yourself. What a great attitude to have. Lastly, the stoic is never too early and never too late. I like that. We should never feel rushed. That just leads to being anxious. Next, Marcus speaks about the nature of the universe. Whether the universe is a concourse of atoms or nature is a system, let this first be established, that I am a part of the whole which is governed by nature. Next, I am in a manner intimately related to the parts which are of the same kind with myself. The whole contains nothing which is not for its advantage, and all natures indeed have this common principle. But the nature of the universe has this principle besides, that it cannot be compelled even by any external cause to generate anything harmful to itself. By remembering then that I am a part of such a whole, I shall be content with everything that happens. For to be vexed at anything which happens is a separation of ourselves from nature, in some part of which the natures of all other things are contained. Whether you believe in God or not, there is no denying this one fact. We're all a part of this world and this universe. We're all a part of this whole entire system. We're not separate from it. With that in mind, shouldn't we act in accordance with it? Shouldn't we accept that which happens to us because it's benefiting the whole in some way? We shouldn't fight and struggle against what happens to us. We should go with it. When you fight reality, when you're fighting nature, you're fighting yourself. You simply can't win that battle. Lastly, take action to make your life better, but be content with the way your life is now and how it turns out. Next, Marcus states, the periodic movements of the universe are the same, up and down from age to age, and either the universal intelligence puts itself in motion for every separate effect, and if this is so, be thou content with which is the result of its activity. Or it puts itself in motion once and everything else comes by way of sequence in a manner. Or indivisible elements are the origin of all things. In a word, if there is a God, all is well. And if chance rules, do not thou also be governed by it? Either all things proceed from one intelligent source and come together as in one body, and the part ought not find fault with what is done for the benefit of the whole, or there are only atoms, and nothing else than mixture and dispersion. Why then art thou disturbed? That's pretty deep. Do we live in a world of intelligent design, or in a world of random chaos? This is one of the greatest philosophical debates of all time. But Marcus is saying that it doesn't really matter either way. It doesn't matter if there is a God or if we're ruled by chance. Either way, being with nature is the best route to take. Lastly, let's see what Marcus said about change. Is any man afraid of change? Why? What can take place without change? Often think of the rapidity with which things pass by and disappear, both the things which are and the things which are produced. For substance is like a river in a continual flow, and the activities of things are in constant change, and the causes work in infinite varieties, and there is hardly anything which stands still. How then is he not a fool who is puffed up with such things, or plagued about them, and makes himself miserable? For they vex him only for a time, and a short time. Consider that before long thou wilt be nobody and nowhere. Nor will any of the things exist which thou now seest, nor any of those who are now living. For all things are formed by nature to change and be turned and to perish in order that other things in continuous succession may exist. It's the universe's nature to constantly change. Without change, nothing new would happen. So learn to accept and even welcome change. Even if you don't accept it, it's still going to happen. Accepting or resisting change is your choice. Change is hard for us because our brains are wired to do the same things over and over. But we must understand that change is a good thing. Change pushes you out of your comfort zone, forcing you to learn and grow. Accepting and going with change allows you to become more adaptable, and the more frequently you change, the more flexible you become. Allowing change into your life will open you up to new experiences, which will expand your horizons and broaden your perspective. Alright, that's it from Marcus on oneness, nature, and change. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. See you next time.